Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday lunch chat. I am Sarah, owner of Not Another Hat in Hood River, Oregon, joining you live from the shop. Last week, we also went live like out in the shop instead of my office, which is where I usually am. And I like it. It's nice. It's nice to let you guys see like different backgrounds and color, and especially because we've actually been having some sunlight in the last off and on the last week or so, which is a change up for our usual winter gray drivel. So here we are. And I'm strategically placed right in front of our spring summer DK yarns because they're so pretty. So thank you, Becca. I actually just ordered another pair of these last night. These are caddis readers. Marie turned me on to them, and they're progressive readers. So you get the normal up top and you can get the reader down below, because I hate having full readers that I have to have like perched on my nose. I don't like that feeling on my nose, and I kind of just need the readers all the time now. So I love them. They're not cheap, but they're very well made and they're sturdy, and I ordered another pair because I'm tired of toting these around everywhere. I need a pair at work and a pair at home. At home I need a pair upstairs and a pair downstairs. So we're going to probably have another one, a third pair soon. I mean, just like you do with readers, right? You need them everywhere, especially with knitting, like in watching TV, because you look up and down so much. Having readers that have to perch below your up line of sight, I hate it. I just hate that feeling of something pinching down low on my nose. So anyway, yay, it's Tuesday. I have some stuff to show you, and I have a new pattern out, and I just blanked on the very first thing I was going to say. That's great. Good preparation. And also I want to catch you up with my temperature project, because it's Temperature Project Tuesday, and I love this project so much. I love it, love it, love it. We still have 2 of them here, and it is not too late to get caught up. It takes, especially if you do like the scarf size of this project, which is what I'm doing, it takes so little time to go down and back for one day. I love it. I don't even know quite how to describe in words what it is about this project that is so satisfying to me. Maybe it's, even if I don't get to each day, every day, the presence to make note of the temperature. Like I try to take a screenshot basically of one of our local weather stations every day at some point, once I know we've passed to the high point of the day, because I'm tracking the highs. And I don't know, it has surprised me. Let's just put it this way. This project has surprised me. It is, it's just, I don't know, something extremely, extremely satisfying about knitting a record. Right? Okay, so since I'm talking about it, I know, yes, my whole palette's going to change this week with these warmer temperatures. It's crazy. Julia just said, and we're getting some warm temps this week, new colors to use. Absolutely. It's going to move. So I kind of sorted my colors from like deep dark jewel tones to lighter pastel tones. And so deep dark jewel tones is winter, lighter pastel is summer. So as you can see, here it is. Here's January. This lighter one right here, this is my neutral. This is down on bottom. Oops, I forget that this is flipped around. So that's the color Moody, which is also the name of my color palette from Knitted Wit. And it's a speckledy yarn with kind of a white base. And so this is what both my beginning and end will be. And then also this is my month delineation. So there is my little garter ridge down and back to break January and February. So here was January. We had one really crazy warm day when I was gone to Whitefish, and I'm doing it with my hometown temperatures, not where I am on any given moment. And but then, pretty much back into the solid cold, just like we started down in the single digits. That's this screen right here. So here we are, we've moved into February, and we're having a lot of consistent days, especially if we get an inversion in that just kind of like socks it in. And that's like when the high is 36 and the low is 34, like the whole day. So anyway, but we're going to head into warmer temperatures in the next 3 days, and I'm super excited, which means it means I need to wind up a couple of my minis. So I only wound up about 8 8 to get started with. So I have several more I'm going to need to wind up in the next couple of days. But anyways, I love it. I cannot, mine is a darker palette. The palettes that we have left in stock are called Fruity, and they're a little brighter palettes. They're gorgeous as well. So I can't recommend it enough. It's a big investment up front because you get 17 minis, I think, and they're 20-gram minis, so they're bigger mini skeins, and so they're enough to get you through quite a lot of knitting, depending on how, of course, you use your own temperature ranges, etc. Then we also have 10-gram mini refills. So all the people that bought temperature projects, if you're out there and you find yourself using one color more than you expected to, or it's just going to be one color or two colors are used a lot more, you can get 10-gram refill skeins to fill it in. Is the internet not good? I was noticing before I got started. Oh, my watch doesn't show me, but basically it's really low. The cell service is really low right now, and then for some reason the Wi-Fi is not covering the difference. It was showing me that before I got started, so I don't know. But okay, so that was my temperature project update. And then really quick, I just want to make sure that you know that we're all human here, right? And my Ovaleen that I showed you last week, I had to rip back because in my own hubris, I knew what my stockinette stitch gauge was, but I didn't verify that my garter stitch gauge would be on track. And the pattern calls for you to use one needle for both, or the same needle for both. And so I got started, but this whole first section, which is done side to side across like a yoke, then you pick up and you go down in stockinette. This isn't done in garter. And here I come to find out after I've blindly knit like 6 or 7 inches, my garter gauge was completely off. It was way too long. I mean, it would have been like down below my breast line. So back she went. So I needed to actually use a smaller needle in the garter stitch section, which is not a surprise, honestly. I'm kind of surprised that the pattern didn't indicate that anyways, but it's on me to check that before I just blindly start. And yeah, I just went for it.
Sorry,
so
could you say that?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm having
my watch just talked to me and it scared the crap out of me. I'm so sorry, you guys. You be quiet. Did you see how bad that startled me? Oh my god, it was like somebody was just standing in here. Okay, let's talk about the new pattern. I think as many of you saw, Winter Sun is out, and this is my new scarf pattern. And so let me model one of them for you here. If you've read this week's blog post, you see where I write, I am not actually really a fan of knitting scarves. This is not my bailiwick for sure. But I knew with this yarn, this color burst, that I really wanted to see it in a fairly straightforward stitch pattern that let the color shine. And so this is how it was born. And I ended up really enjoying making this. It's very mindless. It's a 2-row repeat. There is nothing going on in here that's difficult. But it was so meditative. It was just, I don't know what it was. I don't know how to describe. I just really liked it. Maybe part of it is that it's been a very long time since I've knit a scarf. So yeah, this is Universal Yarns Color Burst, a very slow changing gradient yarn. And let me hold up a skein. I think many of you are familiar with this because we did a feature on it a while ago. Jill made, I should have brought it over here. Jill made a really beautiful baby blanket with Color Burst and Ultra Wool DK. But anyways, you can just see it's a massive skein for one. And then it's got beautiful slow color change. So actually with Color Burst, if you get the Color Burst, you can make 2 of these scarves. And these are not short scarves. This is 85 inches long, plenty of length. And so you can actually get 2 out of this. But I liked it so much that I made another one. I actually made 2 scarves. This is so unlike me. So then we have a sample in Noro Mirai. And the color in this yarn is so beautiful. Isn't that just gorgeous? This is a cotton and silk blend. Peacock is a wool acrylic blend. I'm sorry, not peacock. Peacock is my colorway. Colorburst is wool acrylic. Mirai is cotton and silk. So it's a really great summer yarn. And there's one thing about this scarf that I didn't think to talk about in the blog post, and that is this is a perfect masculine scarf. If you need a scarf that has a masculine bent to it, this one actually works really well because the stitch pattern is very subtle and understated. And it lays nicely for a scarf for a masculine recipient. And I pulled out this color of Mirai. So here's a skein of Nora Mirai. And isn't this a great color for someone who would like a more masculine looking scarf? This is color 38. They don't really have names in the Mirai. So there's a lot of really good color options. So in addition to the two that I made my sample in, Colorburst and Mirai, then we have a ton of other great stuff, including this new stuff behind me. And one I just thought of, Summer Sesame from Berroco. So there's Summer Sesame, and this is a cotton acrylic nylon blend. And this is 295 yards, so you would get a slightly shorter scarf with one skein, but still, it's great color options. Get the light on it there. Great color options, and it feels really nice. Summer Sesame is really nice to knit with. Then we have the brand new, just arrived Isola. This is what I'm knitting Ovaleen out of that we were just talking about. And Isola would give you a really lovely slow gradient. It'd be closer to Colorburst, but without quite as much color variation. But it would be such a really great summer scarf. This is a cotton and linen blend. It would just be gorgeous in this. And then, oh yeah, I didn't grab one because it's right behind me. Then also we have Vivo, 100% cotton. And this one actually does change colors. So where's the front? There we go. There we go. So Vivo is another one that would be really, really nice. And there are so many great colors. Oh, I love this one. Oof. Look at this one. So Vivo would be great. And then I grabbed, if you're looking for something really indulgent, like lovely, check out Sinfully Soft Angora DK. This is from a local Angora maker. She raises bunnies to show in the bunny world. She is award-winning, Tammy Vaughn. She's part of our club, everybody. If you guys are in the club, say hi to Tammy. And she has a yarn company called Sinfully Soft. And she has this DK Angora, which is 50% Angora, which is just absolutely like buttery soft, 30% merino, and 20% silk. And now, because this is like very small batch, very like farm, quantity, the price is not to, bat an eyelash at, and you would need 2 skeins, but it would make the most beautiful, beautiful fabric. And when you knit with this, it gets a slight halo from the Angora. It's just absolutely lovely. And there's a fawn colorway, which is kind of like champagne. And then there's a couple of Tweety colorways that she had specially made up at the mill. So anyways, if you really wanted to indulge yourself, that would be beautiful. So, okay. I know Julia is lickety split on those links. She's the link master. My lights just kicked off. That's efficiency for you. Woo! Save the planet. I forgot to walk over there right before I started the video, which I always should do because then the lights won't kick off. You probably can't tell that they kicked off, but all right. I've covered everything on my list today. Winter Sun is now available both on Not Another Hat and on Ravelry. If you buy it at Not Another Hat, on your order confirmation page on the website, there's a button where you can add it to your Ravelry library as well. So it's that you can buy it through us and then store it in your Ravelry library and have it forever. So you can do that, but it's only available on the order confirmation page. It goes away after that. You can't do it after the fact. So you have to watch for that button when you're checking out so that you can store it in your library, but it is handy. It's really nice. So yeah, lots of great natural light today. I was taking a bunch of pictures for all these yarns and other things to, I'm like, oh, let's take advantage of the light. All right, everybody. I hope you have a lovely week full of yarn, of course. And I'll see you back here next week. Same time, same place. All right. Take care and bye.